crossroads of Hollywood and Vine, they're making a deal. Gonna have it all for a moment in time. You may be a kingpin drug dealer who wants the competition out of the way. You may be an elite politician who wants total control and a power play. You may be an aspiring entertainer who wants to have their name in lights. You may be a four-star general who wants the upper hand in a global fight. They're all making a deal. With the chief light bearer from the other side, they're making a deal. It's an alternative thing for one hell of a ride.
Do you have a paranormal story you want to share on Night Dreams Talk Radio? You could be a guest. Email us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. Night Dreams Talk Radio Network brings you the World Paranormal News with James Creechbaum. Now, the latest news.
I'm James Creechbaum with the Paranormal and World Changes News. Well, if you'd ever like to go hunting for Bigfoot, there is now a company in the state of Washington that will take you out for the hunt for this majestic, mythical creature, and it's a hunt of a lifetime. So that's something you want to do. Check that out. Also, scientists have found out why people have nightmares. Well, according to the scientists, negative emotions in a dream help to better cope with stress in real life. Nightmares supposedly emotionally prepare us for future troubles. Okay, well, that's something to think about. An ancient site much older than Göbekli Tepe unearthed in the Turkey region. Now, our archaeologists in Turkey have unearthed an ancient site that could be up to 1,000 years older than Göbekli Tepe, the world's oldest temple. Excavations in Boncuklu Tarla, which is located in southeastern Turkey, Mardin. Now, that began in 2012, and they're just now finding this ancient site, so that's something very interesting to look forward to. Also, according to Russia, Antarctica is not what we've been taught. According to many sources, the Russian and American governments have kept in secret the truth about Antarctica since both nations are aware that something strange is going on in that godforsaken continent. There's all kinds of stuff coming on the internet and Google Maps about Antarctica pretty much weekly. Also, scientists have identified an organism which eats meteorites. Now, the microbe with an appetite for meteorites has shown that space rocks may be able to carry life across the cosmos. Because meteorites play such an important role in depositing our rare elements necessary for complex life on our planet to develop, researchers have been keen to determine if there has been organisms capable of surviving off the minerals contained within them. Also, a woman survives after heart stops for 6 hours. Yes, a 34-year-old hiker succumbed to hypothermia after getting caught in a snowstorm in the Pyrenees, has survived after 6 hours. Her heart has stopped, and a miracle has come back to life. Also, first pig-monkey chimeras were just created in China. That again, that's pretty much a half pig, half monkey. I don't know what the purpose of that would be, but well, they're coming up with them in China. That's something to look forward to. Next newscast, top of the hour.
Coming to you from some far point station, like a cosmic tumbleweed, both north and south of the Pleiades. Here's your host, Gary Anderson.
And that is me. Boy, that thunder is bad tonight. Again, you need to check out this book. It's called Chasing American Monsters by Jason Offutt. It's a great read. If you want to find out about what monsters live in what state, you need to get this book. And you know what? It is a darn good Christmas gift for a loved one. So again, you can get it on Amazon. Anyway, one thing, James, to sum up this pig monkey thing in China. Well, the next one won't be a pig monkey. It'll be a human pig combination. And I think that's what I was reading. And because they can probably get away with it in China doing it. In our country, no, that's never going to happen. But could you see the combination of a part pig, part human?
I'm telling you, that's what I was thinking also. And, if you look back at the old Ichen, some of them hieroglyphs, there was half, hawk head on a human body and lion on, they mix and match all different things. So, yeah, that would be unique, to say the least.
Well, you know what? If they take a part human and part pig and put it together, it'll be cannibal. Pigs will eat everything, including their owners. So cats, by the way. Hey, Jason, are you still with us?
Yes. You know what I'm really worried about is the pig human. Because do you want orcs? Because that's how you get orcs. Pig humans.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Just saying, yeah.
I don't know. I just, even a pig monkey combination or anything. I mean, they use actually parts of pigs for human transplants. But could you imagine, James, you were mentioning about somebody that was a bone marrow, that their DNA changed?
Yes. Yeah, that story is all over. The guy who lives in Nevada, he had to have bone marrow transplant because he had leukemia. And over a few months, his DNA has changed to another part, to the donor in some parts of his body. Like they tested some DNA from his lips and another part, and it come back DNA from the donor. So now, in a mad scientist kind of way, they're kind of thinking if somebody really had a lot of money, they could change their DNA and get away with certain crimes. That's one of the things they were thinking about, on the dark side. But yeah, it happens. It's just one of them things,
But you think about how about the people that have had temporary, parts and pigs implanted into them. I'm surprised they didn't get. Well, I'm not going to even say that one. But anyway, Jason, again.
Well, that's what with the pig. I'm locked in on this pig monkey because I read about this and what they're saying is they ethically couldn't use human DNA to create a pig human in these trials. What they're trying to do is to work their way up to that, so they can grow organs in these pig-human hybrids for people to harvest them. So you wouldn't really have to think ethically when you were growing these animals just for their organs, because they were pig people.
Well, don't forget in China, right? If you get sentenced to death, they don't give you a year or 6 months or 3 months or a month to appeal it. They just, what they do is they have a nice, medical staff out there waiting, right? They got all this thing to harvest, they quickly run you into a special room to harvest all your organs. They shoot you in the head. That way they can harvest all your organs, and that's what they do in China. So ethically speaking, at this point, what would stop them from actually creating a hybrid human with pig, for organs?
Well, nothing. And I had heard, this has been, a decade or more ago. I had heard, read a news story about, one of the ethical things, certain scientists were trying to work around was, creating a human pig hybrid. for working and for soldiers, and you wouldn't have to really worry about, all of the, ethical constraints of working somebody too much because, they were half pig. You wouldn't have to worry about, writing the letter, you could be the commanding officer writing the letter to the parents saying, we're sorry that your, son or daughter died in battle, if it was a pig monster.
I don't know. That's scary. That is so scary to think about that. And if anything like that happened, I mean, still, if they are intelligent enough to go out and fight in a war and take orders and all this stuff, means they have feelings and thoughts in their head. And that is just like, regardless if it's part pig, part human. And by God, they probably would be ugly as you know what. But, I mean, it's scary even thinking about something like that.
Well, it is, and it's also scary to think about, scientists are out there wanting to do it.
Yeah, that's the scary part right there. You hit it.
Yeah.
In Russia, actually Stalin, back in the 30s, they had a plan put together with the scientists to try to make hybrids of soldiers between pretty much, I forget the name of the half Bigfoot they supposedly captured. They want to make between monkeys or gorillas and humans to make these super soldiers. Are you familiar with that?
I've read about that. I didn't. The things I'd read didn't have anything to do with the Bigfoot, which I think in Russia they call it the Alma. But it was making soldiers out of human ape hybrids. And if you think about it, we breed buffalo and cattle together. They can't breed normally, so there has to be artificially done. But they are their DNA is a lot farther apart from each other than ours is from a chimpanzee. So with today's science, I'm sure that sort of a hybrid could be created. And that's something that we don't want to see because I've seen Planet of the Apes and I don't like how it ends.
No, I don't. Do you know they're going to make a new TV series? It's already in the works. They have the green light to do it, of the Planet of the Apes.
I did not know that. That's something when I was a kid. I watched the TV show and, of course, devoured all the movies.
Yeah, just think about the technology, though, now with, what they can do digitally and makeup-wise. I mean, it's even going to be so much better. I mean, again, is that so far-fetched down in the future? That's what scares me. Now, getting from Alabama to Wyoming and everywhere between, what is some of the scary creatures out there that you can tell the listeners that they should keep their eyes open for if they want to find a cryptid?
Well, this is one that I'd mentioned before, and scary because of what it is, not because of any sort of advance in any sort. It didn't try to attack a human, but just what it is was pretty terrifying. The Loveland Frogmen. There were two encounters that people had driving. One person was driving late at night by the Ohio River and saw what he thought was a person in need on the side of the road, and stopped. And what this person saw was what looked like a 4-foot-tall bipedal frog, and that's terrifying. The thing got scared and dove into the river and disappeared, but it was a 4-foot-tall bipedal frog. A police officer driving later, I think it was a day or two later, saw more than one of them standing at the side of the road, and one even had a what looked like a wand. For your Harry Potter people out there, had a wand, and those also dove in the river and disappeared. But the thought of a bipedal amphibian is so